Good morning. This is H coming at you with the final SolidWorks Education lesson tutorial in Autodesk Inventor 2023, lesson 49 and 50. We made it to the end of the packet, and they end on two of the craziest parts in this packet. Very unique, interesting parts, interesting ways to get them done. They both use loft. But there's some other interesting things about these two parts that make them different, make them strange, as far as what we can do to finish them and create them the correct way, right? So hope you've enjoyed this journey. Hope this has been instructive and learning the basics of Inventor, sketching and part modeling, extruding, lofting, these just basic operations that are necessary to use the software when you're beginning to learn and to create. So lesson 49, let's jump in. Here it is, and you look at it and it's an interesting part. It has this plane here, this surface here. It's also this parallelogram that's right here in the top view. That is what is the curious feature about this part. Okay, so what we actually need to do is we're given the most information in the top view, so that's what we're going to draw. Right, we're going to draw the top view with the profiles and everything that's there, all this. We're going to draw that, then we'll talk out what we're going to be doing as far as extruding and lofting and everything else to finish up this sketch, because it's interesting for sure. I'm going to slide this over to my other monitor. Let's open up my part file here, my top view. There's been quite a lot of the parts that we've been doing on the top view in this packet, that is for sure. So 60 millimeters by 40 millimeters gives us our base, our perimeter drawing here that we're going to be using. And now we need to just draw in the interior features of what is here. So this should be 10 millimeter distance here. This from this line, this point to this point here, this is 40. And then we will have, it's moving here. Oh, we need the length of this line. This line here is 30. There it is. Now we're good. Now we're cooking. So we have those two lines drawn in, and now we need to draw in our final line that is here like that and dimension that in place. We have dimension of 10. And then this dimension here that is going to be 20. And there it is. Those are all the profiles there that are needed in the top view. We're looking good. Now we need to do some extruding. However, this is where it gets kind of interesting, because this parallelogram here that's in the middle, this profile here, we're going to use this as part of our loft. When we loft this surface up to the extrusion to create that slanted feature that is there right here. So this parallelogram here, we're going to loft that up. So we got to do our best to make sure that that is in position in order to be used for that loft. Okay, so it's got to be on the right surface of material, the right location after the extrusions are being done. So here's what we're going to need to do. We're going to need to extrude this surface here, or this profile here. But this profile here is going to be extruded both directions, but not equally. We're going in asymmetric direction. So we'll click asymmetric. So it's going to be going up 30 and then down 10. So it's a total of 40. Right? Total of 40 millimeters. And this is important because, like, again, where we're placing these profiles here is on top of an extruded surface that's 10 millimeters in thickness, right? So this first extrusion, it's asymmetric, so two directions. Direction A, the vertical going upwards direction is 30, distance B going down is 10. Okay, so I'm going to hit my plus sign now. Now these two profiles here are both getting extruded downwards only and 10 millimeters. Okay, so this one isn't as bad. Like this is just, okay, we're just extruding downwards 10. That way our sketch ends up right on top where it needs to be, on top of that platform. Okay, so I'm going to click OK now. And now my sketch is gone, right? It has been consumed by extrusion 1 and 2, but it's right here. So in sketch 1 is right here is what I use. So I'm going to go right click on this and change it to being visible for visibility. That way I can see it again and I'm going to be able to use this. So my last step here that I need to complete is lofting this center profile, this parallelogram that's here, to this surface here. I'm going to loft that in. So I'll go to loft. I'm going to click to add. I'm going to add sketch 1. But what I need to do once I add sketch 1, I need to select the profile right here. I need to click on this highlighted section. So I'm going to click on that. So that has been added. Then I'm going to select a sketch to add. And I'm going to select this surface here where it's yellow, this loop. Okay, you kind of have to do this. Like I could draw on this surface and do this, but I don't have to do that. If I can select just this edge and go to this edge and wait till it's highlighted yellow for that surface, I'm going to click on that loop that's there. And that's the lofting that's happening. It's taking that parallelogram and it's lofting it to that surface that is there. And I'm going to click OK. And there it is, right? That is a completed loft. I'm going to go ahead and right click on sketch 1 again, change the visibility. So it's a bit cleaner looking. It's a bit nicer looking, but that is lesson 49. Lesson 49 in this packet. A bit of a challenge as far as like making sure that you had the sketch, those profiles in that right location that's on this top surface here. But once that was understood and in place, this part file was pretty simple with the extrusion, of course, and then of course the loft to finish it up. Okay, so that was lesson 49. Looks good. Let's go ahead and open up another part file for our final part of this packet of this video series, and that is lesson 50 here. And lesson 50, again, they're finishing us off with a loft. Okay, and the lofting section here is this ramping slanted. You can see how it has a slant here from the top view, right? It's starting as a square shape here, and it's going down to a rectangular shape here if we kind of cut it off at this wall. And that's our strategy for doing this part moving forward. We're going to actually draw this profile here at the top. We're going to extrude that, and then we're going to draw and what we need to finish this off with a loft right at the end. Okay, so that's our plan moving forward. So we're going to go with the top view again for lesson 50. Right, start sketch, top plane. Let's go ahead and get our line tool out because we need to draw some lines. We need a line that's 40 millimeters long. This line here is 60. This line here that's going to be coming down, this is 10. It goes back inwards 40, comes back down to the x-axis, and then makes the connection back at 0, 0. And there we are. We have completed this profile that we needed to start with. So let's finish this sketch. This is a peculiar one because we're going to be extruding it and then doing some additional sketching after this extrusion is done. So this is actually 40 millimeters vertically, like that, 40 millimeter extrusion. Now we need to draw another profile. We need to draw on this surface here. So this surface here, this face, as Inventor calls it, see the word face, can be a surface that we can draw on. And this is true for any flat surface and any space that we ever make with 3D material and extruding or revolving or sweeping or whatever we're doing, we can draw on a flat surface. So if I go to Start 2D Sketch and click on this face, I am now drawing on this surface here. So what I need to do is I need to draw a rectangle that's going to be starting in this corner here, and it's going to be 20 by 10. 20 millimeters in length, 10 millimeters tall. And I'll change my angle here and you can see what's happened, right? It's drawn this rectangle shape so that it's on the plane where this face was, where this surface was, but it's not on that surface. It's here like in the middle of space, in the middle of nowhere, right? But it's still on the plane. It's drawn on that surface that and became that plane. Now, this line here, you see this green line that's coming up on here? If you have this green line, make sure you delete it, right? You only want to have the rectangle that is there. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to have that rectangle there, and we're going to finish that sketch. And now we're going to loft. There's our lofting tool. We're going to loft, and we're going to add this sketch here. There it is, it highlighted it. And we're going to select this as well. And let's just verify. Yep, it's straight across there. And it's lofting, it's changing that rectangle that we drew and it's lofting it to that surface. So I'm going to click OK. And there it is, right? That is lesson 50, a very unique part, a very interesting part in comparison to what some of the other lofting objects have been in this packet, and just the other objects in this packet that have just only been extruded and not lofted at all. Okay, so congratulations, you made it to the end. You made it through all 50 lessons. Hopefully, working through these lessons, you've gotten a really good grasp on the basics, especially the idea of identifying where to begin sketching a part file when looking at a drawing, right? Looking for the most information, visual information, dimensional information, and starting from that point and seeing that it's a very easy pathway to go through when you have a good starting point. And of course, the quickest path to solution is the one with the less heartbreak, right? The one with the less stress and frustration. So thank you all for watching. You all have a great day.